Each week, we'll take a look at how the Eagles' division rivals fared the previous weekend, in the historic words of Porky Pig, that's all, folks. And what they have upcoming. With their humiliating loss at home on Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys were officially eliminated from contention, guaranteeing that no team from the NFC East, other than your beloved Philadelphia Eagles, will see this year's postseason. However, the dysfunction ran further than the football field this weekend for all the Eagles' rivals, so at this point in the 2017 season, it seems reasonable to ask, which one of these teams is the most screwed up? Here's what happened, and what's happening. This week in the NFC East, New York Giants, 2-13. What happened, just when you think this team can't embarrass themselves further? The 2017 New York Giants do just that, getting shut out by the also eliminated Arizona Cardinals by a score of 23-0. The Eli Manning farewell tour gave the Cardinals plenty of reasons not to pursue him this offseason, as Peyton's younger brother was responsible for a hat-trick's worth of turnovers, 2 interceptions and a fumble 6. In what will likely be his final game wearing a Giants road jersey, Eli scored more points for the opposing team via fumble than he did by playing quarterback. Why couldn't this version of Eli show up last Sunday against the Birds? Last week I wrote that the only positives Giants fans can take from this season is safety Landon Collins and tight end Evan Engram. So, naturally, they both immediately got injured, adding insults to his injuries. Collins called his teammate Eli Apple a cancer, and not the zodiac astrology kind. Keep in mind that of the Giants' top corners, Apple, Janoris Jenkins, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, Apple was the only one not suspended this year for breaking team rules, though they did bench him for 2 games. Needless to say, the Giants' secondary could use some therapy time. Apple, by the way, is a Philadelphia native with a kick-ass mom. As a fellow Philly native whose mom is cooler than he is, I'll be fully on board the Birds taking a flyer on this guy when the Giants' new GM cuts him in 2 months. If only so I can bring a sign to games that say "Hey Landon, how you like them apples? Ha ha ha. I'm so current." Oh, and Odell Beckham Jr., who has been out for months, has been linked to some high-stakes gambler, which is exactly the kind of news a former Pro Bowler on injured reserve should be making. Great stuff, Giants. Positive spin, only 1 more week and then the circus leaves town. Negative spin, to say this season has been a dumpster fire is an insult to flammable trash. Literally, nothing has gone right for the Giants franchise, from the OBJ injury to the handling of franchise legend Eli to the complete and utter disarray from the front office on down. This franchise is pretty messed up. Take the Apple situation, for instance. This is a first-round draft pick from 2016 that the players in the locker room are already turning their backs on. A year ago this guy was a potential star, now he's a pariah. D'Angelo Russell's fall from grace wasn't this rapid. Worth noting, the Giants only drafted Apple in the first round of the 2016 draft because Prince Amukamara didn't work out with their first pick in the 2011 draft, and because they didn't feel comfortable with the talent they have and the secondary. The Gmen are currently paying Jenkins and Rodgers-Cromartie a combined $25 million. To put that in perspective, it's more than Howie Roseman is paying the entire Eagles secondary. Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, Patrick Robinson, the whole lot of them. They're all being paid less than what the Giants have been forced to pay 2 guys, all because some draft picks haven't worked out. Sure, drafting 2 bad players 5 years apart doesn't necessarily prove a franchise is in disarray. The Birds took Danny Watkins and Marcus Smith 4 years apart, for instance. But it's clear this team's issues run deeper than the plays being called on the field. A mistake results in a mistake, which results in a mistake. It's a pattern you typically see franchises like the Browns make, and it's no wonder the Giants find themselves alongside Cleveland at the top of the draft order this year. It's like seeing a Tim Burton movie coming out starring Johnny Depp. At a certain point, it's safe to assume it will be bad. What's next? The Giants finish off the season against their division rivals from DC, and another defeat.